The Caro-Kann Defense is one of the most solid responses to 1.E4, offering black a sturdy pawn structure and excellent counterplay options. White begins with 1.E4, establishing control of the center and opening lines for the queen and bishop. Black responds with 1C6, preparing to challenge White's center with D5 and signaling the Caro-Kann defense. White plays 2.D4, strengthening their center and preparing to meet Black's D5 push. Black counters with 2D5, directly challenging White's center and seeking to exchange pawns. White captures on D5, aiming to disrupt Black's pawn structure. Black recaptures on D5, maintaining a strong central presence and opening lines for their pieces. White develops the bishop to D3, eyeing the H7 pawn and preparing to castle. Black develops the knight to C6, increasing pressure on D4 and preparing for piece activity. White solidifies the D4 pawn with C3, creating a solid pawn structure. Black develops the knight to F6, attacking the E4 pawn and preparing to castle. White develops the knight to F3, defending the E4 pawn and preparing to castle kingside. Black develops the bishop to G4, pinning White's knight and increasing pressure on the center. White plays H3, asking the bishop a question and creating luft for their king. Black retreats the bishop to H5, maintaining the pin and preparing to reposition later. White castles kingside, securing their king and connecting the rooks. Black strengthens their center with E6, creating a solid pawn structure and preparing to develop the light-squared bishop. White centralizes the rook to E1, supporting the E-file and adding flexibility for future moves. Black develops the bishop to D6, creating attacking chances and preparing to castle. White develops the knight to D2, preparing to relocate it to a more active square. Black castles kingside, securing their king and completing development. White plays QC2, aligning the queen with the bishop and increasing pressure on the H7 pawn. Black places the rook on C8, targeting the open C-file and creating tactical possibilities. White plays A3, preparing B4 to expand on the queen side and gain space. Black responds with A6, stopping White's B4 advance and creating a solid queenside structure. The Caro-Kann defense is loved for its resilience and flexibility, providing Black with a solid foundation to weather attacks and counter with precision. It has been employed by world champions and remains a top-tier choice in modern chess.